At the very beginning of any project, we need to decide if the project is worth it or not. This can be done by developing a so-called business case. Now, establishing an ISMS is a costly endeavor that will affect your entire organization. The overall objective of step 1 is to obtain support by top management for this project. Now, as with all business decisions, their approval will depend on whether the benefits outweigh the costs. To achieve this, you first need to understand the overall business objectives of the organization. This will help you in outlining and presenting a comprehensive business case that clearly demonstrates how the project aligns with these objectives and can actually support them. Now, a business case is a document or presentation that outlines the justification for a project or initiative. Think of it as a detailed argument that explains why a project is worth pursuing or not. It usually provides an analysis of the potential benefits, costs, risks, and opportunities that are associated with the specific project. And as symbolized with this scale, if the benefits outweigh the costs, it's usually a good idea to pursue the project. Now, the following slides contain information that could serve as a starting point to outline the business case for your organization. Now, developing a business case is a very individual story, so it's impossible for me to provide you with a blueprint on how it could be done or what the business case would look like for your organization, but I have a few ideas that I can share with you. So here in this slide, we have the regulatory environment. Now, as you know, there are certain regulations and directives that can impose fines on organizations if they don't comply with them. For example, the GDPR, the General Data Protection Regulation in Europe, as a very popular example. So if you fail to comply with these privacy regulations, they can fine you with up to, I think, 4% of your annual revenue. So by implementing ISO 27001, organizations can improve their security posture, can maybe improve their overall compliance landscape, and therefore it can be a beneficial idea. So this is something that you can include in the business case. Next up, we have the market. So as all organizations or as all businesses, you are in a competitive market, you have competitors, and you need to distinguish yourselves from them. So by obtaining an ISO 27001 certificate, you can probably improve your position, be more trustworthy for your customers, and ultimately get a larger share of the market. So another key benefit of implementing ISO 27001 that can flow into your business case. Next up, we have the third-party due diligence. Now, this is another critical aspect of ISO 27001. So from my experience as a security officer, you often get sent these security questionnaires by your customers where they require you to basically tell them everything about your security program, and they want to have a lot of assurance that that data that they trust you with is actually secure. Now, by obtaining an ISO 27001 certificate, you can maybe improve or simplify the whole third-party due diligence process because the certificate is issued by an independent third party, and therefore it can provide assurance to customers that you actually do what you're saying you're doing. Okay, so here another ideas for your business case on this slide. Again, this is not mandatory to do so, but I think it's good to have it in the business case as it might reduce costs and improve your overall reputation to third parties and customers and everything else there. All right, last but not least, we have the cybersecurity resilience. Now, although ISO 27001 is a management system, so it does not guarantee that you are more secure afterwards, but I still think that by having a sound management system in place, you will improve your overall resilience. So by doing so, if we're speaking about a business case, you can maybe reduce or increase the uptime of critical operations. Therefore, you have less outages. Therefore, you can deliver more services, produce more products, and therefore the overall organization can be more profitable. So another aspect to consider when developing the business case. All right, this is it. You just heard 4 general categories to include in your business case, and hopefully you don't have to put too much effort into convincing your top management, but you never know. So good luck with this, and let's go on.